addiction wrecks people of financial resources, even families who are well off at one point, who are doing okay. It drains retirement accounts. It drains, I mean, you can go through money so fast on thinking that this is what's going to work. It is very hard for women who have lived in poverty, or men, to not recognize dealing drugs or using their body as a means of income. It's very hard to combat that. And that the minimum wage in Tennessee being $7.25, I think, an hour, there's not a lot you can do with that. And so I think for our rural communities, which we have a lot of women that are coming from rural Tennessee, we're seeing a lot of that.
So I think that with women in general, we see more trauma, and a lot of that will keep them in addiction even if they have periods of recovery. We also see that women are the caretakers for their families, and so for a long time, women did not really come to places like this after they went to treatment because they needed to get back home, take care of their kids, their household, things like that. More and more now, women are seeking longer term care after treatment, as families are stepping in to help, partners, whatever that may look like.
I will say that the founder of Healing Housing, her intention in putting these homes in Franklin was for those on the margins to see a different way to live, and probably, really long-term thinking that we're also seated in a very wealthy county. I think the 17th wealthiest in the nation, which means we are very well supported by our community, and we need the way that we can offer those services is by the donations that we receive.
I think that for a really long time, the kind of mindset was that like addiction didn't happen here. But addiction is not a poor man's disease. It's not any of that. I actually grew up here. I'm in recovery myself, and it was a secret for a really long time. But I think more and more people in these areas are recognizing that it's happening because people are dying. We had a 16-year-old kid overdose in his car at the high school not that long ago, right down the road. So with these things happening, it's really hard to be like, well, that's happening over there, but that doesn't happen here. It's happening everywhere. And just because you have money, you are not exempt from this disease. I think sometimes that makes it even more dangerous because you have unlimited, if you will, resources to continue to find substances.
To be able to provide housing and remove the obstacle of cost is probably my favorite part of my job ever, because we're providing something that, when you look at the history of these women who have cycled in and out of the system and been in and out of treatment and through the criminal justice system, it's just this hamster wheel. And if you ask them what is the common denominator that's been missing in every one of these stories, it's recovery supportive housing. And it's because most people don't have the ability to pay for it. So to be able to open up a program and say, not only is there no admissions fee, we're going to hold you and care for you for 9 weeks with no transactional, no money involved whatsoever. And it is truly, it's life-changing.